What is up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Press Play Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Hedinger, along with my co-host.
What's going on, guys? Troy.
All right, so today, guys, we're going to be kind of recapping the Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase, and the Capcom Showcase. We're not going to go super in-depth on anything, just kind of hit a whole bunch of the games and go over them individually and just give our analysis on them.
Sounds good.
All right, so the first game we got, you guys probably already know about. Was shown a little bit at the showcase, I believe.
It's also already came out.
It's already released, but the multiplayer's now. It's the Quarry. And, what do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Looks kind of like a culmination of a lot of, like, different horror movies and, like, stories, like, in game form.
Yeah, I think it looks really fun, at least from the release trailer. My only issue with it is I'm afraid the multiplayer might be too similar to like Friday the 13th, because it looked like, it's at a campsite, it's by a lake.
Well, this is a story-based game. It's like Until Dawn.
Well, yeah, but I mean like when multiplayer comes out.
Yeah, but I thought that it's just like a story. Like it's kind of like
I thought it was like someone controls the enemy.
No, it's I'm pretty sure it's just strictly like story and decisions, so it's like a movie. But
well, then I don't know. I thought it'd be pretty cool, but I'm not too big into those games.
Yeah,
I kind of want to move. Like if I wanted to watch a movie, like I'd rather them just make it into a movie.
No, I get that.
So I mean, I don't think I'll probably buy it now. I might see how the multiplayer looks, and if it looks fun, then I might buy it. It's also only $40. On Xbox, at least. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's $70 on PlayStation.
Well, maybe I misread it. Maybe that's for the Xbox One version.
Maybe. I don't know. I just planned, like, the people that I play on PlayStation with planned on getting it. I don't even really care that much about it, but, I mean, I'd play it with other people, especially since I wouldn't be the one having to buy it since I game share. So, I'd try it out. But, yeah, it looks fun for what it's going to be, but, I mean, it's not really our cup of tea.
It does look like it'd be a good story, but I just can't bring myself to spend that money for a game where I just sit there, watch it, and make decisions.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
I didn't even play Until Dawn, and I got that game for free. So
I played it for like an hour and then stopped. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Not really a whole lot to say. If it was on sale for maybe like $5 or $10, I'd pick it up because I loved playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games when I was a kid. Kind of an arcade, old school beat 'em up type of game. Again, nothing really to rave or rant about, but for what it is, it looks pretty cool. But the one thing I will say about that is I don't know why anybody would get that when the Cowabunga collection is getting ready to come out too. So.
Well, see, I couldn't figure out if it was a remake or a sequel.
This is a new game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but like it still has that arcadey feel. I would probably play it on like Switch. Mm-hmm. I probably wouldn't play it on Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless everyone else was getting it, then I would to play with them. But it just seems like one of those games where it's like easier to play on like a handheld or like on the road than it would be to just sit in my room and play it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't really want to just sit down and play that. Maybe the older ones from the collection, maybe if it goes on sale, but as far as this new one goes, I'm not really interested right now. Maybe if it drops down in price and I'm bored, then at that point. We have Outriders World Slayer. I don't really know that much about the Outriders world.
It is a sequel.
Okay, this is a sequel to the game?
Yeah, because the Outriders was on PlayStation.
Okay.
I didn't play it, but I remember it. Pretty much it's like it kind of looked like Doom minus the hell part. Like you're kind of like this suit of armor, like killing aliens. I believe you're hopping to other planets to get resources and stuff. I couldn't find too much on it. I also didn't look too hard because like I didn't play Outriders to begin with. I don't really know anyone who did. So I mean it looks like a fun shooter, but it's also mainly like specifically said it was an online co-op game. So I kind of looked at it as like Monster Hunter or like Evolve, kind of like pair up with your friends, go get resources, stuff like that.
Yeah, probably something. You're going to hear me say this with almost every game. I don't think many games that are releasing nowadays are worth their $60 or $70 price point, so I'm going to avoid almost the majority of games nowadays unless I really think it's going to be something special. Give an example like Callisto Protocol, something like that.
I don't even think the original Outriders, when it came out, was even $60.
No, and this is $60, which it's not $70, so I don't know. It might be all right. Definitely something to be waiting to go on sale, though. Goat Simulator 3, I didn't even know there was a 2. Apparently, we're getting Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah. Apparently, it's really popular. I think it's just a meme game.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is it worth buying it for $30?
To me, it's not.
I played it. I didn't buy it. I played it at a friend's house. And pretty much you just would run around and
I played the first one. Yeah, it was like a goat, and you ran around, and like the tongue would like stick to things.
Which it may have changed. But I don't keep up to date.
I think that is one of the stupidest games I've ever played in my life. I'm gonna be honest. I remember I had on my iPod, or is that what it was? Yeah, the iPod. It was like a phone, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it on that back like then, like way back when, and that's where I remember it like starting, and somehow it's still kicking to this day. I don't know if it's because it's a meme or something.
I think it's a meme. I mean, like you said, it is a stupid game, but it's kind of like Minecraft, where like they won the best graphics award one year, but like that's how Minecraft's supposed to look. So like maybe they're doing so good because like the game's supposed to be stupid,
and because there's no other games like it. Well, I mean there are, but not exactly, I guess. Oh, here we go. The Last of Us Part 1. So, the very tail end of our last podcast episode, there was a leak that it was coming out in September, and that turned out to be 100% accurate. September 2nd release date. But the price point is where we're going to have an issue here, at least to me. I love The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite games. But the difference in graphics and gameplay, while decent, is not even anywhere close to being warranted at the price point. I was thinking maybe it would be worth 60. Maybe they could get away with 70 if there was multiplayer and they had like maybe added some new maps, maybe a couple new weapons, something like that. Then just maybe I would have said, okay, this is all right. They're not adding anything except just gameplay mechanics and graphics, which $70, that's not going to be cutting it to me. I don't know about you.
No, $70 graphic package is I know you kind of care about graphics more than I do, but like
I care about lesser and lesser as the years go by. Like
that's kind of sad.
But
I mean, I
just want a good game. But
I mean, it's too much to ask for nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't pay 70 for it. This kind of got me thinking, though. It's like, why are all these classic games like The Last of Us? Everyone, like, their multiplayer was like, it was my top 3 favorite multiplayers of all time. So why not just remake it and then reset everyone's stats back to level 1, have everyone start over, add, like you said, add some more maps and some weapons, maybe like a couple new game modes. $70 for like pretty much a brand new multiplayer and then graphics, all that. I would say I would pay 70 for that, but just 70 for the same story, just for the game to look a little nicer, when I can just go replay the other game and be fine. Like, no, it's like I'm not gonna do that.
No,
of course, their diehard fans will, but like.
Oh yeah,
I love the game, but I'm not forking over $70 because I just love the game.
You should see. I'm in a PlayStation group on Facebook, and I don't even know how to describe it besides just brain dead almost. There's people in there that are just going like, this game is worth every penny. This is the best game. And while I'll agree the game is amazing, and I guess if you haven't experienced it, and you're really like jonesing for like a good game, then maybe. But if you've already played it, there is zero reason to be spending $70 on a graphics package. And I know 100 or not. How am I trying to phrase this? I know that I'm 100% confident is what I was trying to say. I don't know why it took me so long. That they're not adding multiplayer because they're working on a standalone multiplayer game, which they haven't announced, but it has been pretty much, announced like through leaks and everything. They're working on a multiplayer game, and we don't know like a whole lot about it. But it's gonna be pretty much like a full-on game, and it's supposed to be free. But I would pay for a multiplayer game, especially if they're like just going all in on the multiplayer aspect. So
yeah, I mean,
I think that's why they haven't. But that's no excuse to be charging that price.
I don't know. In the recent years, multiplayer-only games have kind of fallen off. You think if you're not even designing a campaign that you could make the multiplayer at least fun enough that people would want to pay for it. But apparently that's the most difficult task in the world right now.
I think it is.
It's just like, it's either not enough content, so it's not worth the money, or it's just boring.
Yeah.
And so then it's like...
Or both.
Or both. And it's just like, I don't get it, man. Maybe
I don't either. They used to make them good literally every single time is what I don't understand. Lord of the Rings Conquest, every Call of Duty from 2003 that had multiplayer from that point on until like Modern Warfare 3 was perfect.
Remember good old Call of Duty 3?
I do. We played that so much. We played Call of Duty 3 so much.
You couldn't even create a class, and we had fun with it.
Yeah, because the maps and the vehicles, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't...
But,
I mean, we're getting a little off track, but, like, it's just kind of amazing to me that, like, all the old classic games that were like, yeah, if we
had some technical difficulties. Camera died out on us. I don't remember. Were you making a point about about multiplayer games and how they
just games in general? So like, I'm all for remastering games, but like they don't listen to the people when they say what they want remastered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how long have people asked for a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remake? And instead of the remake, they just give us a brand new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 that's coming out, which we'll talk about later. It's like Lord of the Rings Conquest. I still play Star Wars Battlefront 2. If they remade that, which granted the new Star Wars games I will give them are actually pretty fun multiplayer wise.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like there hasn't been like a multiplayer Lord of the Rings game forever. Just remake Conquest. Improve the graphics. Charge me $70 for it. I don't care. I would probably buy it. Just because I had so much fun with it, and then people would actually be playing online too, so I wouldn't have to play alone.
That's a really good point. I don't know why Lord of the Rings gets all these movies. Well, not all these, but they get so many like iterations. Like now the series, we had all the cartoons, we had the great movies, but there's just a lack of the games. Like I know we're going off topic, but like I mean it's having to do. We're talking about remastered here, so I mean
yeah, and like Star Wars, they crank out like a new movie or TV show like every 6 months.
Yeah.
And then Lord of the Rings just leaves it as is, which isn't always a bad thing, but it's like, can we get like a new game?
Can we get it something?
Something. Man.
I mean, we got, what is it called? It's the one about Gollum. I forgot what it's called.
Shadow
of Gollum or
Shadow of Mordor.
Well, they don't make those, but those are really good games. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. They're making one of I forget what it's called, but it's Gollum, and you're just gonna like sneak and go around and explore.
Oh yeah, I saw about that.
And I'll probably get it, but if it's $70, I sure the hell am not getting it. As big as
it might just be called Gollum.
I think it might be. As much as I love Lord of the Rings, I'm not going to be getting that game. And I know that's not part of this showcase, but it's a new game, so.
There's no Hobbit games either.
There's one, and it's kind of like Zelda on the GameCube and Xbox. Was it on the PS2? I don't remember. It's on the GameCube. That's what I played it on. It was really good. It was a lot like Zelda.
This might get off track a little more. You remember the Narnia game on Game Boy?
Mm-hmm.
I miss that game.
I do, too. That was a really fun game. I remember I got it for Easter, I think. Yeah, that was really.
I never beat it.
I didn't either. It was really fun though.
All right, back on topic.
All right,
That's
so Yeah. So just to reiterate what we were talking about, we were talking about The Last of Us and just going on about that, about the $70 price point. And I will say, I was going to buy the $100 collector's edition because of the steelbook and the comics that came with it.
Of The Last of Us?
Of The Last of Us. And it's selling for like $300 or $400. It sold like out. I literally looked like an hour after it was like revealed, and I couldn't even buy it. I was gonna buy it because the steel book looks so cool, and I like collecting games like physically.
So like the remaster was gonna have that?
Yeah, the remaster was gonna have that.
Well, yeah, you might as well buy the $100 edition if you're gonna pay $70
because if you're gonna
nothing.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying, because you get the comics and stuff, and it's physical, and then you get that disc. Or not the disc, the steel book, and then there's like some other things too, but I really don't care about that. But yeah, I cannot justify spending $69.99 on that. I could have spent $100 on the collectors, but enough about this garbage. I'll pick it up when it goes to $29.99. I'm not paying any more than that.
We'll see about that.
Now we got Midnight Suns, which is really interesting. Marvel's Midnight Suns. Well, I mean, people
might not know what it means.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was.
Well, you should. Obviously, you haven't been reading the comics or paying attention to Marvel. Midnight Suns.
I haven't watched a Marvel movie since the first Captain America.
Well, this isn't a movie. You should just know this. It's part of the lore. The Midnight Suns are like a group of the supernatural ones. So like Ghost Rider, Punisher, Wolverine, Spider-Man's part of it too, Scarlet Witch, and they take on like Blade. They take on the supernatural, like demons and stuff like that. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like kind of like the Dark Avengers, if you will. I think it's really cool. The idea, I don't know how the gameplay is going to be and all that, and I'm definitely not going to be spending $70. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it does look promising, and I hope that they can get the combat and stuff right, because we really haven't had a good multiple superhero like in one game since. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of counts, but not really. It's since like Ultimate Alliance, really.
DC Universe.
We're gonna skip on that one.
What about the Marvel Avengers that came out recently?
We don't need to talk about that. There's a reason it's on Game Pass, and it's always $20 or $10 on the PlayStation Store, constantly. But the game, from what I've seen, the trailers look really cool. The characters look cool. The graphics are all right. I haven't seen the gameplay, but it's something I'm interested in when the price drops.
No, yeah, and it kind of looks like it's going to be an XCOM kind of thing, like you said before.
It is.
Yeah. So, you have powers and abilities, turn-based, which I do enjoy XCOM. I do think XCOM is insanely hard. But I think if done right, it can be very fun, because, like, one of the South Park games was tile-based and turn-based like that. Well, both of them were. But I think that it looks fun. I mean, I love superheroes, and I wish they'd make another good Ultimate Alliance, because that game was pretty fun, but I guess we just stopped making those. They made 3 and they put it on the Switch, and that's it. And it's like real cartoony, and it isn't like the other 2. I mean, it was fun. I have it. I bought it. I played it. I didn't beat it. It's fun. But I remember playing it on my PSP.
Yeah, I had it on the PS2. It was so good. But I don't understand why we don't have like a true like good superhero like experience.
DC Universe.
I mean, that was fun when it came back in like 2000. When it came out back in like 2011 or 13 or whatever. Like, it was fun to play like for a little while. But after you've made like 2 characters, it's so boring.
After you play this tutorial 7 times.
Yeah, just to try to make a new character. God Almighty. Just bringing back some bad memories of that tutorial. That was the longest tutorial ever.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say about this. So, since it is made by 2K, do you think that there's going to be a bunch of microtransactions? Which, granted, we already have a bunch, no matter what the company is, it seems. But
I guarantee you there's going to be microtransactions. There's probably going to be packs for the cards. There's probably going to be a pack opening system. And I'm going to also bet that there's going to be uniforms and
skins
and probably skins and maybe even equipment too. They're probably going to do a loot box system, like along with packs and skins or something like that. Definitely something like that. But even if they don't, there's going to be some kind of microtransaction system in there for sure. It's a superhero game. So.
Well, tell us, Drew. Are you going to be live streaming a pack opening if they have it?
If the game is good and it's on sale and not $70, then I might.
How many views does this video have to get for you to do a pack opening? A big one. Not just like, oh, I'm going to buy 10 packs. That's my pack opening.
Well, we don't even know if there's going to be packs.
Well, if there is, though.
10,000 views. You gotta. I mean, that's
put
not
it on YouTube replay and just have it play.
Do it. Gotham Knights is our next game. We know a decent amount about this. I'm sure you guys have all seen gameplay and stuff. Looks relatively decent. I'm excited for it. Way much more so than the Suicide Squad. Gotham Knights looks pretty fun. And especially you're going to be able to play with friends. That's really going to add to it and explore Gotham with your friends and fight crime and all that. Character selection is good. Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl, and Nightwing. So decent character selection. And not a whole lot to say besides it just looks like a solid game, and I'm kind of excited for it.
They look pretty detailed, too. Mm-hmm. So, like, Red Hood looks pretty nice.
That's what I was planning on using.
I kept thinking, yeah, of course you would.
Thanks.
I kind of thought that I kept confusing this game because I thought there was already another Gotham Knights.
Mm-hmm.
But you made
Arkham Knight is probably what you're thinking of.
No. I was thinking of Gotham City Imposters.
I loved that game.
I did too.
And then they got copyrighted because of like the Batman thing.
Oh, did they?
That's why they had to stop. I think Zeke or somebody, I forgot who it was, told me. I loved that game.
That game was so much fun.
It was.
It was also so dumb as well, but it was.
But it was fun. It was like Call of Duty with Batman characters and Team Fortress 2. It was fun.
But yeah, I kept thinking because I couldn't remember the name, and I kept reading Gotham Knights, and I was like. I thought they remade it, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, I looked at it, and I was like, this isn't the remake.
No.
I would pay $70 for that game. I won't be paying $70 for Gotham Knights.
No.
They add a bunch of stuff.
If it's reviewed really good, then I might. I could probably justify spending $70 because there's co-op and stuff, but it's going to have to do. Have review really good, and I'm not talking about IGN when I say review. I mean like YouTubers and people that I can actually trust that play it, their opinion. I want to go over Call of Duty before Starfield. I want to end on kind of a good note because of the Call of Duty. It's not going to be a positive note. From what I've seen, looks solid. But Call of Duty always looks solid, and then we find out it's the same game every single year, rinse and repeat, through the washer 15 times over. So for Call of Duty, I have been on the hype train every single year, and every single year, well, aside from Vanguard, I just get thrown off. So I'm not going to even react really to it just until it comes out. I think it could be good, but all the Call of Duties have the potential to be good. It's will it be good? That's probably more than likely going to be no, but I will still give them a chance, I guess, because it could be good. But I don't really see Call of Duty becoming that good anytime soon until Microsoft fully takes over, and then if it doesn't change from there, Call of Duty's doomed. But,
yeah, I mean, I loved the first Modern Warfare. I thought it was, honestly, of all the other Call of Duties, I think it still holds up. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty good for what it is. Now, I don't know how the second one will go because they've been combining all the Call of Duty since the first Modern Warfare into the same game. So Warzone, you can use Cold War, Vanguard's weapons.
Well, they're making a new Warzone too.
Yeah, so now that you've put money into it and time and unlocked all these weapons, do you just have to now start over? Or?
I have no idea how that's going to work. I don't play Warzone. I didn't think it was that good.
I thought it was okay for a while, but then hackers started getting on it, and I just haven't played it since. I play Apex only.
And then the weapon loadout thing, that just...
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Yeah, because we talked about Call of Duty.
We did. We've talked about it. It's just... leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Kind of finish it off on a somewhat positive note. Now, Starfield doesn't look amazing by any means. It for all the criticism it's been getting, I think it's deserved. It is Fallout in space. I don't care what anybody wants to say. The developers can say whatever. The fanboys can say what. It's literally Fallout in space is what Starfield is. But that's what I wanted it to be. So I'm excited for it. I bought an Xbox to play Starfield, so I really want to play it. And the gameplay doesn't look amazing, but is the gameplay ever amazing in Elder Scrolls and Fallout and any Bethesda game really that's an RPG? No.
Not without mods.
No. So, I'm excited for it, and it's going to get delayed again, so be prepared for that. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. I'm not going to have my expectations up here like some people, like when, Cyberpunk came out, everybody had their expectations up here, and then when the game was just like right here, they were all disappointed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, kind of like we were talking about before we started, though, it's like, they're going to have like 1,000 explorable planets, but
that worries me.
Yeah, I think only like the few ones, like the few main ones are going to be detailed.
Yeah,
the other ones,
it's like sandbox. It's like generated.
Yeah, well, I think the other ones are going to kind of look like Death Stranded, where like you look out and it's just mountains.
Yeah,
and all
it's
nothing.
Gonna be like No Man's Sky meets Fallout, pretty much, which could be cool. I don't like No Man's Sky really at all, but if there's a more in-depth combat system in the games, I have faith in Bethesda. They're one of my favorite studios of all time, but they have really fallen off the past little while. So this is something they wanted to do. They have held back the Elder Scrolls 6 for this. So if this game isn't good, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for Bethesda and just have a really bad taste left in my mouth. So all I got to say is that this game better live up to the hype, and Bethesda better take all the time they need to finish it, because if this game isn't a masterpiece, I'm going to be so disappointed, because the Elder Scrolls 6, we've been waiting over 10 years at this point.
No, I mean, you can't delay one of your main franchises for a game that you don't know how it's going to perform unless you really are going to put in that work and make it perform.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, have to wait and see. It's going to get delayed. Most games nowadays are going to get delayed.
I'd rather this keep getting delayed,
Call of Duty never gets delayed.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee. Let's see how all these... I could maybe see the Marvels getting delayed.
Maybe, yeah.
I would say maybe The Last of Us, because everyone's probably... Well, not everyone, but most sane people are...
I won't get delayed unless they decide to change the price. Like, it's not going to get delayed because Sony doesn't have anything coming out until God of War, which still hasn't been announced even when the release date's going to be. And it's probably going to be in November from all the videos I've seen and all the sources they have. They're thinking that. And then we got Callisto Protocol. We already talked about that, though. But I'm so excited for that game. That game looks amazing, and that's day one for me. I've seen all I needed to see. It's made by the Dead Space developer. It's essentially Dead Space 4. That's day one for me. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get that one. Especially for $70.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it looks really good to me, so.
Yeah, I'll wait and see. Some games look really good, and then up to the release date, they add a bunch of stuff, and then it's all suddenly not fun.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, if I see anything that irks me, I won't, but it looks so good.
No, yeah.
But I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Covered everything I wanted to cover.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll do it for this episode. We will see you guys in the next one. If you guys have any thoughts or opinions about any videos you want us to do, go ahead in the comment section, put it down below. More than happy to hear out what you guys have to say and take it into account. So we will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out.
See you guys.